sketch, I saw it. Johan the president, former president of Germany. Sigmar Gabriel. Daily stress on the road to workplace. Germany commute. Commuters suffer on the road because of the traffic jam. They actually mount on the trains, overwhelmed with the people, packed like sardines, and they actually normally have their work beginning with the stress. Either they were being on the road, or they were troubled with a delayed train. Whenever they would actually come too late to the office, this would actually be a big trouble, right? Oma tests a PC service helper with the hidden camera to see how quickly one can fix the computer. Elizabeth, yeah. So definitely expected here is Lokvogel, the trick by Oma Helga tested when prepared the computer PC service by putting this on trial. Which computer service is a fair and which is really a fraud, ripping off one's money. Literally, Lokvogel signifies trap. You actually set up on the trap to see how reliable, trustworthy the service is, right? What do we actually call them? The candid camera trial. It has a deceiving trickster to mooch off someone, or somebody really wants to do the justice for one's service by fixing the computer on time. Very mysterious North Korea. North Korea is the country that has been isolated from the rest of country. That is completely isolated from the rest of countries to be a hermit. Hakenda? You actually, got sober. Rocket tests and the war threatening, the human rights violation, and all of a sudden signal from the readiness for a conversation for peace agreement. The North Korea's state leader Kim Jong-un surely holds the entire world with abated breath in year 2018 by dropping a new readiness for peace conversation and talk, by keeping one's breath of the word. However, what truly plays out in this country that has been completely isolated? How the people live their life in between sanctions and the complete surveillance. Only rarely the Western journalists would actually be allowed to make travel by placing themselves in North Korea to conduct their operation, and Michael Hoft somehow has achieved one success to travel the country by making a report on the status of the hidden country. The travel begins in North Korea's capital Pyongyang, the middle of the cold water. Hoft and one's own team as a crew of camera works watches the land surrounded with a simple ice from the landlord that has been operating on its course to travel, and with the soldiers and the landscape surrounded with the cement buildings which are placed on the surface as the skyscrapers landscaping the country, they experience such an less attractive factory sites where workers somehow breathe in the toxic smoke with no protection instruments or equipment, because those workers were placed in danger with no recognition for health, even in the wake of a toxic chemical substance. And against that, 46-year-old Kim Min-han said, whenever they actually sees this, then things would actually go better. That's really the country what serves as the best for the nation. Then here, one can actually make one's own happy life and feel happy about it. She says that as a former national football player, she has been once upon a time part of the women's football player team in North Korea. She belongs to the privileged ranking members. The modern, well-organized 220 square meter size house would actually be with no rent, because that was rented by the government. Dictator earns its own status to be a trustworthy leader to gather followers. The greater part of the population lived under completely different circumstances, in contrary to the circumstances by Kim Mi-ran. They actually have no electricity, they have no heating system, or they even actually don't have running water, and above all, they are constantly placed under surveillance around the clock.